It's either I have it line up or like I have to switch it, and this mouse is absolutely horrible. This
Oh,
isn't my keyboard or mouse. So like this stream station is a little jank. Normally we use
yeah.
the podcast room,
Oh,
but
sweet.
whatever. Anyway, game one, TruBlu versus PolarChan here. Blue
Uh,
Blue's come off of some pretty solid wins, but he actually did lose last time his two played against each other.
really interesting, interesting. Um, you know, you played PolarChan not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
Right. And in the hour before bracket started, I was playing friendlies with him. So we know he likes those. He likes those crowns. He likes kind of walling out his opponent.
Yeah, like you'll see with a lot of K rules, a lot of crown usage, a lot of blunderbuss uses, and then he's gonna want to get as much mileage out of that armor as he can.
Right. Something that's interesting that I remember him telling me is that something that he likes to do against the Spaceys, excluding Falco, is that if they hold Shine, he can just use that as a conditioning option to move in. Because he's gonna throw out what's it called Blunderbuss, and it's a good idea, likely to shine it and try and send it back. But if he can move on in and close in space during that, that's a good option. But here Falco doesn't have the same shine. It's short and it doesn't last long. So
Yeah.
oh, and there's that crown up there.
So we actually saw him get cutscened a little bit on that stock, but it didn't really matter. I guess Blue not able to actually finish on that stock, and we see that's what happens when you fight against, especially somebody like PolarChan. You're going to be beating the crap out of him most of the game, and then you just sort of die.
You win like you win like one interaction, you get 50, 60%, but he wins one interaction, you're dead.
Yeah.
And it's all thanks to that belly armor. He can be just so notoriously hard to kill sometimes.
Super hard to kill, and then I mean Falco's not exactly super heavy either. He's got hollow bones because he's a bird.
Gotcha.
So unfortunate for him, but Blue's still holding his own.
Ooh.
That up air not gonna take it just yet.
Yeah, quite the heavyweight there. Between
cool
that and the
thing.
armor. Oh, and the back air almost connecting. Well, almost.
If I'm not mistaken, he can still get like a, okay, he's just gonna up smash. The thing about Falco's up tilt on heavies, it's gonna lead into a back air so much later. Like they can just get that.
Hmm.
And that's what makes Falco sort of a more popular counter pick against the heavies if you're a spacey player.
Really interesting.
Yeah, because a lot of his kill confirms, they're still really powerful on them. You just have to get them up to higher percent, which if you're playing against a heavy and you're not cutscening them as Falco, what are you doing, right?
Right, yeah, I can see why, this is definitely a matchup that, TruBlu, if he learns it's a very comfortable matchup for Falco. He's got, pretty non-committal lasers. He can throw them out, and, if Polar is going to say, hey, I'm going to zone you, that's shut down. The lasers say, hey, no, and same with Shine. So
yeah, for sure. Blue using those lasers as an excellent way to sort of mask the fact that Falco's approach options really aren't that great.
Right.
Because he doesn't have to approach. He just sort of has to be in the general area and wait for PolarChan to whiff something.
Right, because K. Rool isn't the fastest character.
No.
He's got like some quick moves, but the quick ones don't have that much range. So, and there's that up there.
Yeah. And like you saw the percentage he was at, right? No
Oh,
other character besides a heavy is gonna be in that situation after a Falco.
Right.
Throw,
So it seems that just as kill options, really, if you can land a grab, and grabs in this matchup, I think are pretty valuable.
Yeah.
Because that armor, when it gets really hard to to dispose of this K. Rool that's just somehow staying alive up till 170 to 200, having a back throw that can kill or having a confirm off of a grab can be just really invaluable to a player.
Yeah, and you could tell he definitely wants his opponent to be throwing a lot of moves at him, maybe misspacing things just so he can abuse that armor. But
Right.
Blue does a really good job of sort of staying around heavies and making sure that he's right outside that area that they can actually do a lot of damage to him.
Right. Battlefield's an interesting pick here. I wonder how they're going to use the platforms, because while the platforms can all, obviously be used for ladder combos and, keeping them up, it also keeps them from landing sometimes. Sticky platforms or certain scenarios can allow a juggle to be a lot easier, not just because you're going up to them, but because it's harder for them to challenge you because you can shark.
Right.
And I know that K-Rool up air is, a great example of, just one of those moves. I like that shine there, shutting that blunderbuss down.
He's not scared of it at all. Oh, this could be death.
Oh,
he got out of it. Okay. So, PolarChan just barely escaping death here. Yeah, you can tell.
And
you can
right.
even hear him like mashing air dodge, but it's damn near true. Like he's at 160, and it's just now becoming like close where he can air dodge. You know.
Man, the Falco matchup is, I play Wii Fit, and it's god awful.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting though, seeing how Falco interacts with other characters.
As a Bowser, the thing about Falco, people will say that matchup is really bad. I've sort of learned that it's more even. The thing about it is, if you're playing, the same thing could be true with K-Rool. You have to be mindful of the fact that you outrange Falco. Like, you can get lasered, but they're not approaching with laser, and if you're a heavy, you should be able to just eat those anyway.
Right.
So,
it forces an approach, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you can just kind of let it slide. Kind of like Fox lasers in Melee sometimes, you just let them slide. Yeah, they're going to do damage, but if you can manage it, in certain matchups.
Yeah, like I'm going to get hurt anyway. You know what I mean? There's no point in me using those, like having those lasers force me to approach. And I think now we're starting to see why he went to Battlefield in this matchup, because I was sort of questioning that too. But like you were saying,
it works in his favor a little bit, being able to land and hold shield on those platforms to try and stop any kind of juggle from Falco can probably be maybe a solid idea to try and block those out.
Yeah.
And then the spacing on that crown. See, once again, there's those grabs.
I'm gonna be honest though. If I'm PolarChan and I lose, well, if I lose, I'm out. Let me stop. If I win this game, I'm not trying to go back here. I think a good flat stage might do him well, just because there's no like. Obviously, you'll be able to have platforms to escape to, but in these matchups, what tends to happen is you escape to the platform, and then it becomes. Oh wow! Okay, they just decided to play tennis.
Okay.
And that stacks that damage up too, so that was a very, very heavy
Someone's dying from that encounter.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, and there's the toss from the blunderbuss. He's looking for that juggle again.
Yeah, this is still very doable for either one of these players.
Quite the small shield. Maybe looking to pop that bubble with some projectiles. Now Blue's getting walled out, sort of like I was talking about. I think PolarChan's realizing he's got the range advantage on Falco, and unless he lets him in, there's not much he can do. Right, at 65%, he can kind of just build up damage, but, with armor, that might be a little bit hard, because there might be trades with, like, Nair, like that, right there. Yeah. Sometimes your aerials are going to work, sometimes they're not, just from, misspacing. He's got to be very careful here if he wants to take this game. But so does Polar, one bad hit. Oh! And there's that up there. I take it back. That's there's no way that doesn't kill, right? Like, yeah, no, with platforms. I wonder if that's what he was looking for on Battlefield, one of those options that you might have.
Definitely could be. That's a thing. If you have one of those grabs that sends you up like that, yeah, having the top platform is definitely useful. Charizard, Meta Knight, Kirby. Well, I don't think Meta Knight's or Kirby's kills, but Kirby's kills, but Meta Knight's much later than it. Kirby doesn't really have a kill throw, even though he does, 3, 2, yeah. 1, go! And game 3 is going on. They're back on Battlefield. How's it going?
It's going good. 1 mine, 2-0, so still in it. But
yeah. Hey, 2-0?
I'm still in.
Oh, you're still in. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so I'm
gotcha.
Hanging on.
That's good. That's good. Better than me.
Sometimes I get lucky. I don't know.
Hey.
But starting up here, TruBlu started some nice combos, interrupted by PolarChan's jab.
You know, Zambo and I were just talking about how if PolarChan won the last game, he might not want to go for, you know, Battlefield again because those platforms might not be working for him. But as we saw in the, you know, the last stock that led to the kill, just that up throw can be a solid option there.
Oh yeah, yeah, especially with the platform above you. Yeah, it definitely does some serious kill power. And right now, keeping it even. Oh wow, the down air stopped because the armor there.
Right.
And what a goofy ass character. He's got so much armor.
I love. Okay, I love watching this character. I don't know. I think I'm pretty all right with playing against this character.
Yeah. Nice
because like he makes sense. You know what you have to do. You know, it's not too, you know, hard to figure out, you know, what needs to be done. But it's just learning how to execute it. That's how a lot of the heavies are. You know.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the big. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And the up throw there again though, taking off.
Right. Yeah. So maybe this is what Polar was really looking for.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Going back and forth.
Some serious damage too.
I don't know if Polar can win that back and forth trade. He was mentioning to me earlier that against the other Spaceys, if they hold Shine, he can rush in and like jump over.
That makes sense, yeah.
But against Falco, Falco's fast enough to throw at Shine like more than enough. And the reflection hitbox lasts.
Stays out.
Yeah,
so
it stays
long.
out for a pretty solid amount of time. So the downtime on it is
very low.
very little.
For sure.
So.
And that's like, and it's gonna be an interesting part of the matchup as he rolls in for the up smash there. TruBlu taking a stock lead. Buried though with the up tilt.
Doing that short you can.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Side B into Blunderbuss. They'll get on and get a grab as a punish. You gotta time those aerials just a little bit later. But he will get the dash attack. The old Lois Griffin sends him out to the right side, taking the first stock away. Well,
yeah, you know, I think a lot of the heavies are, you know, are similar in, you know, little ways, especially so like in the way that a lot of them have escape options, you know, that you want to bait more so. You know, with K-Rool, maybe it's Nair to, you know, get out of combo. With Bowser, it's down air, you know, because it's, you know, one of the best stall and falls in the game.
Exactly. Yeah, and
I mean, not Donkey Kong though.
No, Donkey Kong, yeah. Donkey
Disadvantage.
Kong.
Oh,
oh my God!
Oh, the jab block. Oh, it could have been so cool.
Yeah, we had a laser fall down jab block, and then
yeah.
Unfortunate for TruBlu. Does get back up the ledge here. It's still very close in this game 3. A little fair. Okay, we're even on percent. Putting on a ton. TruBlu with these combos.
And TruBlu's at a spot where if he can get a grab, he might be able to finish out the stock.
Absolutely, but I mean, PolarChan only needs one big hit. Got a heavy, looking for the down smash, up tilt, back air.
Oh, and there's the back air. Oh, and he almost lived. Tried to corner pocket that, playing 8-ball on the screen.
Absolutely. TruBlu, though, slips that back air in, sinks it, takes it to
yeah, and Polar is going to losers, so we're not done with him just yet. So
yeah, we'll see. He's got a bit of a journey, but you know, I'm sure we'll see him back up here.